After the bye week, the Lions return to Ford Field to face the Minnesota Vikings. I'm John Macaroon, Detroit Lions on SI. This is a great time for the Detroit Lions coming off of their bye week. They're getting some players back healthy, most notably Taylor Decker and Terrion Arnold should appear and return to action. Unfortunately, Kirby Joseph will not be available. The star safety, unfortunately, has missed a game and has been rehabbing all throughout the bye week. Most notably, he's been putting in the work. Coaches have said he's putting coaches hour trying to get back. But against the Vikings, he will not be available. So you recognize that the return of Brian Branch should be a boost for the defense, a player that wants to correct, some of the misperceptions regarding his play, wants to show that he's starting to turn the page regarding his discipline out there on the field. But for the Detroit Lions, again, you're going to expect that just based on the statistical numbers that the Vikings haven't been lately as stout against the run. Their rush defense has been a little bit inadequate over the past couple of weeks. And you recognize, too, that Brian Flores' defense is going to be opportunistic, but there is some opportunities for the Lions to learn what the Eagles were able to do, as even though the Vikings are a team that definitely does well and tries to take away the deep pass, you saw the likes of Jalen Hurts connect regularly with Devonta Smith, and there were several explosive deep plays. So for this game, I do expect that Jameson Williams will have opportunities to get some deep targets. And in this contest, I always believe that Amon-Ra St. Brown should be a focal point. And this contest will probably be, led by Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Jahmyr Gibbs, a player that can be explosive on any given play. But for the Detroit Lions, they're going to want to shore up a lot of different things in terms of their blocking along the offensive line. I expect Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery to each have solid performances. And the Detroit Lions have had success against Brian Flores' defense, scoring 30 points in a handful of games, most notably recently. And the Lions are riding high momentum against the Vikings as they were able to defeat the Vikings in Week 18 last year at Ford Field. So coming off the bye, getting healthier, having key offensive weapons that want to get back into action and be more productive, I think it bodes well for the Detroit Lions in their efforts to try to get to 6-2. I do believe the Lions are going to win. It probably is going to be very comfortable just based on the fact that Jared Goff is going to be much more experienced and perform at a higher level as expected compared to J.J. McCarthy, who's still trying to find his way in the league and has been relatively inexperienced. So for the Detroit Lions, many people are expecting a potential double-digit victory, and I would be definitely encouraged by seeing a 31-17 victory over the Minnesota Vikings.